You know that feeling, right? You picture yourself gliding across this beautiful, calm water, but then that one little thought creeps in, the fear of tipping over. It's just that one wobbly moment that can keep so many amazing people stuck on the shore.
Well, in this explainer, we're going to flip that script completely. We are going to take that anxiety and turn it into total, rock-solid confidence so you can finally unlock that incredible freedom that comes with kayaking. All right, let's get into it.
Oh man, it's that sudden lurch, right? That heart in your throat feeling when the kayak feels less like a boat and more like it's about to roll you right into the water. It is a very, very real sensation, especially when you're just starting out. If that sounds familiar, I just want you to know you are definitely not alone. This is probably the #1 hangup for people who want to start paddling. But the great news? It's completely 100% surmountable. So, how do we get over it? Well, we start by understanding the why. You see, once you get a handle on the simple physics of how a kayak actually stays upright, that fear just starts to melt away. And it all boils down to two key ideas. First up is what we call primary stability. Think of this as the kayak's first handshake. It's that immediate feeling of being solid and secure the second you sit down in it on flat water. For a beginner, high primary stability is everything. It's what lets you relax, breathe, and actually focus on learning to paddle. And then you've got secondary stability. Now this is a little different. This kicks in when the kayak is already leaning over a bit, like when you're in a turn or hitting some small waves. A boat with good secondary stability might feel a little tippy at first, but it actually becomes more stable when it's on its edge. This is what the pros and experienced paddlers really look for. Okay, this slide just nails the difference. Look at the key benefit for primary stability. It builds confidence. That is the whole ballgame for a beginner. An expert might want that less stable initial feel so they can get more maneuverability for sharp turns or rough seas, but your first goal? It's just to relax and enjoy being on the water. You want a boat that feels like a stable, solid platform, not like you're walking a tightrope. All right, so let's get into the fun stuff, the gear itself. Knowing the theory is great, but choosing a kayak that's built with the right features is what makes all the difference. This is all about finding your perfect, confidence-inspiring ride. So you've got all these design things to think about, length, shape, what it's made of, but what do you think is the single most important factor for that rock-solid primary stability that we're looking for? Bingo! It's the hull design, and more than anything, its width. A wide, flat, or even a pontoon-style hull gives you this huge, stable base on the water. It might not be the fastest boat in the world, but for a beginner, it gives you that steady, reassuring feeling that is just absolutely everything. Think of this slide as your personal blueprint for a super stable kayak. You see the wide hull, of course, but also notice the length. That 10 to 12-foot range is kind of the sweet spot. Too short and it's tough to keep it going straight, too long and it can be a hassle to turn. And hey, don't sleep on that last point about the seat and footrests. They are not just for comfort. They're your direct connection to the kayak. When you have a good posture with your feet braced, you can use your core, which makes you feel like one with the boat and gives you way more balance and control. Now, choosing the right kayak is half the battle, for sure. But the other half, that's all you. Your skill and your technique are, without a doubt, your greatest assets out there on the water. So let's cover the simple, fundamental skills that are going to build total confidence. Believe it or not, a huge number of tips happen right here, just trying to get in and out of the kayak. Mastering this is an absolute game changer. Just like the slide shows, you start by making a brace. You put your paddle just behind the seat, with one end resting firmly on the dock. Then, when you hold onto the paddle and the edge of the kayak, you've basically created a stable little bridge to help lower yourself in. It feels a little clumsy at first, but if you practice it a few times in shallow water, it'll become totally second nature. So your paddle isn't just for pushing you forward, it's your #1 balance tool. If you feel that wobbly moment coming on, your instant reflex should be the low brace. You just reach out to the side you're leaning, keep your elbows up, and slap the back of the paddle blade flat against the water surface. Think of it like you're pushing off a solid table. The water gives you just enough resistance to push yourself right back upright. It's a surprisingly effective move once you get the feel for it. Okay, but what if the worst happens and you actually do go in the water? First thing, stay calm. With a sit-on-top kayak, this is not a disaster. It's just an unexpected swim. The boat is not going to sink. So as you can see here, your job is to flip it back upright. Get alongside it near the middle, and then use a big scissor kick while you pull yourself up, kind of like you're getting out of a swimming pool. Once your chest is on the kayak, it's pretty easy to just swing your legs back on board. It takes a little practice, but it's a very doable process.
Of course, all your technique is backed up by having the right gear. And let's be crystal clear about the first item on this list. Your PFD, your life jacket, is absolutely non-negotiable. You wear it. Every single time, no excuses. A whistle for signaling and a paddle leash are also just smart, simple pieces of gear that can make a really big difference.
So what if you have some pretty big balance concerns? Or maybe you want to do something like stand up to go fishing and you just want that next level of security. Is there an option for that?
You bet. You might want to look into kayak outriggers. These are basically little flotation pods that attach to the sides of your kayak, and they turn it into this super stable little trimaran. They give you an almost untippable experience, which is just awesome for anyone who wants that ultimate peace of mind. So there you have it. We've gone from understanding the fear to understanding the physics behind stability to choosing the right boat and learning those core skills. This really is the complete journey from feeling apprehensive to having a pure adventure on the water. So let's just recap that path to confidence. It starts with understanding stability, primary versus secondary. Then you choose a kayak that's built for it. You master those key skills for getting in and out and balancing. And you always wear your safety gear. That really is your formula for success. So what's your action plan from here? Well, just like the slide says, start with a little research. See what other people are saying about different boats. But honestly, and I cannot stress this enough, nothing beats testing a kayak for yourself. Find a demo day or a place that runs them. You will know within 5 minutes if a boat feels right for you. And finally, talk to people. Chat with local paddlers or the staff at a good paddling shop. Their experience is priceless when you're trying to find that perfect first boat. I really want to leave you with this thought. That initial fear of tipping over, it's not something to be ashamed of. It's normal, it's understandable, but it is also completely surmountable. By understanding it and preparing for it, you absolutely can and will move past it. You now have the knowledge and the roadmap to paddle with this incredible sense of freedom and security. So the only question left is, with all that newfound confidence, where is your first adventure going to take you?